and I'm back at it again with another This Week in WWE with the TheJaseDawg. That's right. So guys, we are up to now episode number 33. How awesome is that, guys? And also a huge thank you to all of my dog squad. We have now surpassed 100 subscribers. How insane is that? Let me know in the comments below with a like and also a comment if you want to see a 100 subscriber special thing, because I wouldn't mind doing it, but I want to know if you actually want to see that, as my dog squad, you know, to the TheJaseDawg. It means a lot when I hit 100 subs. I did not even think I'd actually get that far. I was like, 100, yeah, we should go alright, but how awesome is it now? Next thing we're going to aim for is 200. So, let's get another 100 dogs in this squad, and let's keep it rolling. So guys, if you haven't seen what happened this week in WWE, make sure you definitely go and check it out on the WWE Network right now, guys. So, there's your warning. Now let's get right into what actually happened. We started with Raw. Now, on Raw at the first match, we found out that Seth, it wasn't even a match, it was kind of like we found out that Seth and Kevin Owens will be versing each other for the Universal Championship at Clash of Champions. So that's going to be interesting. We also had Bayley versus Charlotte in a normal non-title match. Now this match was pretty cool. Bayley ended up getting the win with a belly to Bayley type of her finisher, and then Dana kind of got in the way, but she kind of didn't. And so she lost the match, and then after the match, Charlotte was so pissed off that she slapped Dana in the face hard. And it was hard, because she was pissed. Next thing, guys, we had was Bo Dallas is finally back, and yes, he's been there for a while, but he's actually showing more prominence and kind of like he's got more of a fire inside. Now that the Social Outcast isn't really a team anymore, he's back. He got a win over some random guy, and it was an aggressive win. Like, it was a short win, but it was aggressive, and that's what I like to see in Bo. Considering that your older brother Bray is on Smackdown and he's trying to verse the Viper, you gotta do something. Next we had was Jericho versus Seth Rollins. Now this match, of course you knew that Seth was going to win, and he did. Now this kind of, being that Jericho is Kevin's friend, or best friend, or whatever you want to call it, it kind of, Owens I think was watching the match, and it kind of strung a nerve that Seth actually beat his teammate, but oh well. Owens was scheduled for a actual match against his former friend Zayn, non-title, in the main event. But we'll get to that soon, guys. Next thing we had was the third bout for Cesaro versus Sheamus in their best of 7 series. Now, I kind of thought Cesaro would actually win this match. However, Sheamus somehow got a third win. So now it is 3-0. One more win for Sheamus, and he wins the whole series. So Cesaro, you need to kick your ass in gear and get those wins, boy, because the winner of this best of series thing is apparently guaranteed a title shot. We don't know if it's for the Universal title or if it's going to be for the US. Who knows? Maybe the US? I don't know. But either way, the winner will get a shot at a title of some sort, and by the looks of it, Sheamus is going to give himself a shot. One more win and he gets a shot. Next we had Enzo and Cass. They versed the Shining Stars of the Caribbean. Now these guys, I kind of was like, yeah, they're not gonna win. Enzo even gave birth before the match, and somehow the Shining Stars won. I don't know how. Donuts. They just somehow won the match, and it was an upset. So I'm wanting to see where this kind of goes. If Enzo and Cass are actually going to be fighting against the Shining Stars a lot more, or is that going to be it? Like one upset and they don't care anymore. Then we had Braun Strowman versus Sin Cara. Now this match was pretty, finally, you know what I mean, like finally Braun is actually getting out of the jobbers that we don't even know to now into the jobbers that we do know on the actual WWE roster. Now Sin Cara challenged him because Braun last week ripped off the luchador's mask. I kind of thought, because you said that, he might rip your mask off, so you want to be careful, Sin. However, the match was pretty good. Sin Cara was giving it to him, and for some reason, it ended in a countout. Braun won, but he won by countout. And then after the match, he just laid Sin Cara out and didn't pull his mask off. I was like, what? At least pull his mask off. Not that I really wanted him to, but like, if you're going to pull off someone else's mask, why don't you pull off Sin Cara? Because he just challenged you for it. Challenged you for, like, you know, pulling off that guy's mask. But I digress. And then into the main event, guys, we had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Now, of course, you knew that the Universal Champion was not going to lose this match, considering the fact that he has a huge match against Seth Rollins at Clash of Champions. So, of course, Owens won the match. Sami Zayn put in a good, you know, he put in the long, he did what he had to do. He did kind of push it to the limit. He aggravated his ankle injury that he has, and he ended up losing. So, oh well. And now we head into SmackDown Live, guys. So we started off with SmackDown Live. We had The Miz versus Apollo Crews. It was a rematch from SummerSlam. Miz gets the win, of course. And yeah, I think it was because of the fact that, so Dolph was at ringside at the announce table. Miz pushed Apollo into Dolph, which took out Dolph, and then he grabbed Apollo, threw him into the pole, and then threw him in the ring. Hit him with a skull crushing finale, got the win. Ziggler slid in there after the match. Miz got out. The title's still in the ring, so Ziggler's like, come and get it, come and get it. You know, you and me were facing each other for the Intercontinental Championship at Backlash this Monday coming for me, but this Sunday for them. So he's like, you know, come and get it. And Miz sent Maurice in to get it. Mind games. So Maurice went in, she grabbed the title, and she took it back to the Miz. So it's getting interesting. Next thing we had was a 3-on-3 tag team match. It was all the good, I guess you could say all the babyface divas versus all the heel divas of the SmackDown roster, and there's only 6 minus, you know, there's 7 if you count even Marie's still in there, who's suspended. But, so you had Becky, Nikki Bella, and Naomi versus Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Natalya. However, this match, I kind of thought that the good ones would win, but however, Carmella put off an awesome win. She made Nikki Bella tap. Well, that was interesting. She actually made her tap. And Nikki, like, of course, because the finisher is like she wraps her legs around the neck and kind of constricts it. But I didn't expect, you know, Carmella to actually make Nikki Bella tap. But, oh well, it's going to be interesting when we have that 6-women match, like 6-pack match or whatever it's called for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Backlash. So it's going to be interesting. Carmella's got all the momentum at the moment. Next thing we had was the, I guess you could say, the semi-finals for the tag team tournament thing that's going for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It was Usos versus American Alpha. Now, they shook hands at the start of the match, and then, like, the bell had rung. So American Alpha were going to their corner, and Usos pretty much just attacked them from behind. Took out, they took him out. However, it backfired. Now, American Alpha ended up hitting their finisher and got the win. So Usos lost within 30 seconds. So that was not the best thing for the Usos. And then after the match, they all shook hands, and then the Usos kicked Jason Jordan in the face, took him out, and then they took out, I think they grabbed him and threw him into the pole as well. And then they took out Gable's leg, and then they did like a bunch of different moves to his leg to, like, apparently he's strained or sprained his MCL, and that's why, you know, he was screaming so much. So, bit of sore loserness after the match. Heel confirmed? We don't know, but you might find out soon, guys, because I will let you know. Next thing we had was the Hype Bros. Straight after that match, it was the Hype Bros versus Heath and Rhino. And this match, of course, you know who I was going for. I was going for Heath and Rhino because I want Heath to get that contract. And hell, if they got the tag team titles in the process, that would be awesome. Now, of course, Heath had his family ringside. Well, they're at the front row of the crowd, but they actually won the match, which was awesome. So Heath and Rhino are now versing American Alpha for the WWE for the Smackdown WWE Tag Team Championships at Backlash. Now that's insane. However, we found out later on Smack Talks, which I'll get into in a second, that Gable is injured. So I'll get into that in a second, guys, so you can know what's going on with that match at Backlash. The Usos did confirm that they have turned heel as well. They told Renee that they're sick of, not being respected and all that shit. So, heel turn confirmed. And then we had Dean and AJ Styles. They had like a face-to-face kind of like smack talk. They'll pretty much not smacking each other, but they'll like, throwing trash at each other, like verbally. And then it came to the point where Dean said, there's no trophies for the face of second place, and then that kind of struck a chord with AJ, so AJ kicked him right in the nuts, and Dean fell down, and that's the second time we've ended SmackDown with someone with a nut injury. Now we headed into Smack Talk. Now, of course, we found out that Gable is injured. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained MCL, and that means that American Alpha will not be going for the Tag Team Championships against Heath and Rhino. So what's going on there? Well, we found out through Dean and Bryan and Shane McMahon that we will be having the second chance type of match, where you'll have first, before that match, you'll have the Usos versus the Hype Bros, the two teams that got eliminated recently, versing each other. The winner of that will go on to verse Heath and Rhino the exact same night. Now, you might say, well, how's that fair? They get 2 matches and Heath and Rhino only have to have that 1 match. Well, they lost. So that's why they're getting the 2 matches, because it's a second chance. They have to win. Obviously, that's going to start the show. And then probably halfway through the show, they'll get their match for the Tag Team Championships, whoever wins that, against Heath and Rhino. So that's pretty cool. I don't think either of those 2 teams are going to beat Heath and Rhino, because Heath and Rhino, I really do think they're going to take the titles, and they're going to be, Tag Team Champions. And Heath will be signed to SmackDown, which will be awesome. Now, we also found out that... Now, on to NXT, guys. So we started with NXT. We had TM61 versus a couple of the Cruiserweight Classic guys. I think it was Tony Nese and... I can't remember what the other guy's name was, but of course TM61. TM61 actually won the match, which was insane. Aussie, yeah. So they won the match. Then we had a women's match. It was Leah Vaughn, who I've never really seen before, versus Ember Moon. And this is the first time we're seeing Ember Moon in NXT since she actually won her match against Billie Kay at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2. So she actually won the match, which was awesome. So yeah, Ember Moon's got a lot of momentum at the moment. Asuka reckons that no one is ready to face her for the title yet. But I reckon Ember Moon is coming pretty close to being ready for a shot. Then we had Austin Aries versus Cien Almas. Of course, Aries would win this match with the last chancery, sending a message to Hideo in the process. And then in the main event, we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Steve Cutler. Of course, you knew Shinsuke was going to win. My man Shinsuke Nakamura, he won the match, of course. And Samoa Joe was there watching. And after the match, Shinsuke was looking at him and Joe just walked off. I don't know, but I think Joe really wants that title back. And Shinsuke is not going to lose it anytime soon. So guys, hopefully you did enjoy what happened with this week in WWE with the TheJaseDawg. If you did, make sure to hit that like button hard, guys. But not too fucking hard. Don't break your computers. Guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram. The links in Instagram and Twitter. The links are in the description down below, guys. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to join the Dark Squad and spread the word of the TheJaseDawg to everybody you know. And guys, as always, let me know if you do want to, before I say my outro part, let me know if you do want me to do a 100 subscriber special thing and what you probably would want it to be in the comments below, guys. Really appreciate that we actually hit 100. Let's hit 200 next, guys. And as always, stay awesome. The TheJaseDawg is out of here. See ya.